Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a quick flashlight video for you. I don't do a lot of these, but I do kind of enjoy flashlights, and this is a particularly good one, and this one happens to be on sale. This was kind of a fluke. I was on GearBest, and they were pushing these, and I'm like, you know what, I've got one for review, and I haven't done the review, so let's get that done since there's a good sale on these right now. So, these guys are like $26 Canadian right now, so that's probably, I don't know, 19 bucks US or something like that. It's a nice little AA flashlight. It will take 14500 batteries, and with those, I think it goes up to like 800 lumens. With the AA's, it's 400 lumen, which to me is completely acceptable for an EDC flashlight. And the thing that draws me to this knife is the AA battery. That way you're not having to special order something or go to a specialty electronics shop or whatever. You can just walk into any corner store or Walmart or whatever and you can get all the batteries you need. So that's pretty handy. The other thing I like is the simplicity of this light. It just works really, really easily. One click to turn it on, and it's going to come on in low, and as you click through, it'll go through the different settings, so that's really nice. You know, you don't need the user's manual at all. You just go like, oh yeah, look at that. When I click on it, it changes modes. Then if you double click, it'll go into strobe, quick strobe warning. There we go. Strobe, and then the next one is SOS. So there's 3 short, and it'll be 3 long right now. There we go. And then one more. Oh, sorry, I double clicked instead of, let's see. There's strobe, there's SOS, and then there's beacon. And you can just cycle through those again by clicking. A long hold shuts the light off. So you can see there now that it's totally off. So really, really easy to use, which is the other thing I like with it. So it's easy to put batteries in, easy to afford it, and easy to use it. Those are things that I appreciate about an EDC light. Very quickly, the size and weight on this guy, it is 3 1/4 inches long, and that's about, I mean, you know, if you look at this and then you look at the size of a AA battery, which we can do really quickly here if you want. Just pop that battery out. Okay, so you can see there's not, you know, you're not going to get much smaller than that in a AA light. This is, you can see the O-ring in there. So this is IPX8 waterproof, which is not, I mean, that's not a critical thing, but it is helpful. And by the way, it weighs 2.2 ounces, and it's about 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So very comfortable, very easy light to carry in terms of size and weight. Let me quickly get to the construction. I already mentioned it is constructed with O-rings, so it's IPX8 waterproof. It's aircraft grade aluminum, hard anodized in black, and the black coating has held up pretty well. Let's get it close. There's these 2 rub marks, and those are from a day when I stuck it in my front pocket of a pair of overalls I was wearing, and I was carrying some shingles on my shoulder, and the shingles were rubbing on the part of the light here. Didn't really notice it at the time, but you know, that's really the only mark that's on it. And I have carried this, the way I carry my EDC light, you know, it's kind of a must for me. I just drop it in my left-hand pocket with my keys. And so a light that can't take that kind of bouncing around with the keys is not going to be much use to me. Or, I mean, and let's be honest, if this was all beat up and just all marked up, it wouldn't really matter, okay? But it actually has held up pretty well. You can see the removable clip there. There's also a lanyard that came with it. I don't like lanyards on my lights, so I just take it off right away. What else should we get to in terms of construction? Oh yeah, I guess the reflector in there is a orange peel finish, and so that gives you more of a floody beam, more so than just a really straight hot beam. And that's, you know, as an EDC light, that's kind of what I like. The O lights that I normally carry also have a floody beam. If I need some kind of search and rescue type light, I do have a someday to be reviewed. I just haven't gotten to it, but someday I'll do a review on my through night. I think it's the TN32. And that's a really nice long throwing light, super bright. That's what I would use for search and rescue. This in my pocket, no, it's not really for that purpose. Okay, one thing I will say is whenever I carry an EDC light, whether it be this or any other, I make sure that I've got at least 1 extra battery on my person or in the bag that I'm carrying with me. Usually I get a little obsessive about batteries and have like 6 or something like that. Which, I don't know, I'm always thinking, what if the car broke down and I needed it for hours or something like that? So I do always carry extra batteries. And of course, that's maybe not as necessary with this because it's, you know, being AA, you can probably find a battery for it just about anywhere. Let's pull in a couple of quick comparisons before we're done with this. This next is my favorite EDC light. This is the Olight S Mini. Really like this. Hold on, I'm trying to get, there you go, Olight S Mini. I do really like this light. And you can see that it's a bit smaller. Now this is of course a CR123 light, and again, normally since this is the light I carry the most, I have CR123 batteries stashed everywhere. The other light that I'll show you, I've got two others to show you. Here's the SR1 baton. This happens to be the one with the recharger that it can sit in. I don't carry this quite as often, but I do like it. It's a nice light. Does the trick really well. There we go. And finally, this is another light that was sent to me from GearBest a while back. This is the Jet Beam. And again, it's a really good light. This is the light that I started carrying that got me convinced that I liked CR123 lights, which then led to this light, which then led to this light. So now I've got a few of these small lights. And I guess you're probably noticing a trend here in the size of lights I like to carry around. Now, out of all of those, this guy is the cheapest, and of course the batteries for it are the cheapest, and yet the performance is still pretty stinking good. Around 400 lumens compared to the 500 lumens you're getting out of this or this. Well, you know, 100 lumens is not really that big of a deal, especially when you consider that you can put any old battery you want in here, where you're going to have to find CR123s for these guys. So overall, guys, this is a pretty decent little light. I've carried it quite a bit. I've never had issues with it. No, I haven't dropped it in the lake or anything like that. But I have submerged it in water and it has no problems. I would not try to claim that it's as tough as an Olight. I think I've told you before, I put my S2 baton through the laundry and it came out just fine. I have not put this through the laundry. That's not something I normally do with my lights. But I have carried it a lot and used it quite a bit and been very impressed with it. So I can definitely recommend this light, especially for the price point. At 20 bucks, that's pretty doable. I'm gonna say $20 US and $26.17 Canadian. That is from GearBest, and I'll put a link to where you can get it in the description box down below. Thanks for watching, guys. We will talk to you soon.